If you want to test a tensile specimen that is made of a plastic, there is a standard that you can use to do that, which is called the ASTM D638 standard. I want to show you in this video how to design that specimen type and carry out the ABAQUS simulation of that specimen. So this is a design of the specimen, the ASTM D638 Tensile Specimen for testing plastics. So basically it looks like this. So it's got this dog bone shape and the dimensions are given here. So let's just jump into ABAQUS. Okay, so here we're in ABAQUS. So basically the first thing we need to do is to create the tensile specimen. So I'm going to call this an ASTM D638 Type 1 specimen. This particular dimension we're looking for is a Type 1 specimen. Of course, there are other designs, of that, but we're working with a Type 1. So we're going to work with the extrusion method. And so if you look at what we have, so basically if you look at this, so what we are expecting is the total length of 165. So half of 165 is 82.5. So I'm going to orient everything in the middle. So minus 82.5, and the total height is 19. So that will be 9.5. So that's 9.5. So basically we'll start there. So let's say we stop in the middle. So right under here would be, so 0 on the x-axis and minus 9.5 on the y-axis. So that gives me half of the specimen that I'm trying to design. So we'll work with that for now. Okay, and then the next thing is we need to work with the region around here. So already we know that this is 115. So half of 115 would be 57.5 minus 57.5 and 9.5 as well. So we go all the way to the middle here and we finish. So that's the second gauge section that we are interested in. Now we obviously need to work with this region, which is 57. So we can specify that region as 57, which will be 28.5. So that will be minus 28.5, and the height is 13. So half of 13 will be minus 6.5. So that's that, and then we'll probably go to the end where we have 0 and minus 6.5. All right, so we've got all those directions, all those noted. All that we need to do is just to remove some of these distances. So we'll probably remove all of that. And then, okay, so we have the grip ends. We've got also this region. So what I just want to do is to extend this a little bit more, because even though this is the end, so I'll just extend it a little bit more to somewhere around minus 40. And then the same thing here, from there to minus 40 around there. So typically something like that. Then the last thing to do is to create the arc, the tangent. So we start from here and then we'll go up there. We start from here and then we'll go up there. So that's basically half of the sample. Then all we need to then do is introduce a construction line right here. And then with that construction line, then we can click here to go to that point, select our construction, what we want to do. We want to create a copy. This is our mirror line, and then this is what we want to replicate. And so that way we now have our full sample as it's supposed to be, and then we click done. So clearly in this case we want it to be 4 millimeter thick. So that's the sample, the STM standard. So the next thing is to partition, to separate where the grips will be and where the gauge section will be. And so how do we go about that? So we use this option and select there, and okay, done, and then create what a vertical edge will be on the sample. Then use the triangular to partition here. So this will partition out here and partition there. Then we'll also need to partition the gauge section, which we know is 50 mm in the middle. So all we're going to do is, okay, minus 25 for half of 50 and 6.5 at the top end here. And then right at the other end will be 25 and then minus 6.5. All right, so we've got that, and then click done. So we can see the partition. All we now need to do is to press and hold. We select this end, which will allow us to select the individual edges for extruding. So we want this for our extrusion cut, this for extrusion cut, and then this for extrusion cut. Okay, and then we basically specify what direction we want. We want it to be along that direction, and click OK. Okay, so you can see the partitions are created as well as the center region. Then what we'll then do is we go to the parts module and create the set. So this will be my left grip. The left grip will be this end, which will be, and then we've got the right grip. So that will be the right grip, and then of course we need the gauge section. So the gauge section will be the middle region. Now, once that is done, then we can then look at meshing. So if we click on that, so let's just use 3.5, something a little bit big, because I'm using a student license. It doesn't allow you to go beyond 1000 nodes. So I want to seed that edge. So to allow myself the opportunity to be able to apply up to, let's say, just two on that face, two in between. And then we can then, okay, what we want. So we basically want to use a sweeping method, media algorithm, mesh transition, minimize, and then we can mesh the model. So the model looks okay and everything is fine. So we then create a material. So I'm going to simply, because it's a plastic, I'm going to use a PP polypropylene with elastic properties of 1.3088 e to the power 3, because we're working in dimensions of millimeters. And then the plasticity would be 40, and then a plastic strain of 0. So a simple model like that. So we create a section, which is my PP section, and then we can do a section assignment to basically assign all of that element to the PP section. So we can go and create an instance. Okay, so that's fine. And then we can then create a loading step. So a static general loading step is probably okay. So we can then think about the boundary conditions. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to fix the back, and it will be with an initial step with placement controlled. So that would then give us everything here need to be all fixed. And then with the front end, we apply our load. So displace tensile load. So it will be associated with a loading step, and then we'll select that front end, and everything will all be 0 except this one, which we are going to make, let's say 20. So that means we are deforming it in that direction, and then we can then create the job. So okay, so tensile deformation for ASTM D638 specimen, and then we can run and submit the job. So the results look as expected. So you get a nice normal deformation for this tensile specimen with a clear region in the gauge section here where there is a uniformity of stress distribution. And that's how you can model this sample. Please do subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. So when contents like this are made, you'll be the first to see it. If you want to be able to extract the stress strain data for this kind of sample, then I've got this video for you to look at, which shows you 3 approaches of doing that. Or you want to probe specifically different section in the material to see the stress distribution within the sample, then this is also another video for you to look at. Thank you for your interest, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.